one of the solutions Sims has really tried to solve is when you're transporting your gear in and out of a boat. And really the answer that we've come up with is the Sims Dry Creek boat bag. I'm going to kind of give you insights into what I bring with me out on the water and what this bag really has to offer. It's really a cool bag. So the medium Dry Creek boat bag is the bag that I prefer. It's a really good size. It has a couple really cool features. First of all, if you're going to have a boat bag and you're going to be out in the elements, you want it to be fairly waterproof, and this bag definitely meets that need. It has a mushroom lid, so water will literally land on it and sheds right off. Now, you can't get into the zippers unless it comes underneath the mushroom lid, so it can give you much quicker, easier access into the bag. We have a magnetic closure here, so I'm going to unzip the bag and kind of show you what this thing's all about. First of all, the magnetic closure is really nice, so if you want to transport the bag, even with the zipper undone, it gives you the ability to grab it and move. But if you want to gain quick access like you're usually doing when you're getting in and out of a bag, just hit the magnet and then now you're inside. So really, really cool. Just a nice little pull down magnetic attachment there. Now the zipper is highly water resistant, so if you're in rain, you have no problems. If it falls overboard and you were to submerge it for long periods of time, water could get in and out of it. But the way I lay out my bag is, first of all, I've got pliers on the outside. I really like the hatch pliers, which we'll touch on a little bit later, but there's a nice handy little accessory pocket for your pliers there on the outside. And then I keep all my tippet. I prefer hatch tippet. It's the best, highest quality fluorocarbon out there. It knots the best. I keep that on the outside. And then inside the bag, I have a number of key components. First of which, stocking cap. This is the Polartec WindPro beanie that Sims has. It's really lightweight, it's stretchy, has a nice adjustment on the back which will really lock your head in, so when we're running in the bass boat doing 60 miles an hour, it doesn't blow off my head. So that is a critical component. I have my extreme full finger gloves for running situations. Those are critical as well. It doesn't get too cold out here in the Delta. I mean, occasionally we'll get below freezing, and very rarely do we wear gloves while fishing. It's more just for transporting or running from one spot to the next that we'll use them. Headlamp, low light conditions, gotta have a headlamp. I like this Black Diamond version, it's really sweet. And then I've got a bag here. I have sunscreen, lip balm that I use just to protect yourself from the harmful rays of the sun. I keep that in the bag. And then this is my little tool accessory kit here. So I've got a comb. It's not for my hair because I have no hair. This is for the striper flies. So especially when a fish eats the fly, it gets all balled up. I'll comb out the synthetic fibers that we use in our flies. I have a hook cone, I have a knot tool, and I have my hatch nippers, and then I have another lens cleaning cloth. So that's a critical component to my boat bag. I have a second pair of glasses. This is another critical piece of equipment out here. A lot of times we're fishing in low light situations, so I like a lighter yellow lens, something that will do really well in the fog or in the last hour. What's really nice about this bag is the size. Not only does it work on big international trips, if you're looking for the perfect carry-on size, even those smaller domestic flights, like if you're heading into the Rockies, you're gonna go on a drift boat trip down the lower Madison, it will fit in those small overhead compartments, which is really, really key. Now when I travel to those environments, I like to take my flies with me. It's one thing if you lose your flies on a check bag, you're kind of SOL, so I make sure I bring those flies with me. And one of the important keys to that is to always print out your TSA regulations, because in those regulations, it does say that you can transport your flies with you as a carry-on. And if you ever run into an issue, you have a printout that you can show the TSA agent to make sure those flies do go aboard your next Rockies trip. And then I keep a couple extra fly boxes. I keep a lot of my fly boxes in the boat, but I also have a couple other boxes that I'll stash in here on the inside. So this boat bag's ready to go. I really like to, a lot of the gear I keep in the boat, but the boat bag allows me to go hop off the boat if I'm gonna go up and say fish the river or go out to the bay and fish with George out there. I can just grab this boat bag and go, and all the key components I have is on the inside. The Sims Dry Creek medium boat bag can be found at Lost Coast Outfitters.